さあ始めよう僕らの未来を勝ち取るために
Alright, hello, and welcome to Superhuman Samurai Syber Pod, Season 2, Episode 3. I'm Rob.
I'm Jen.
Who is the traitor? I'm David.
Is this one of those, like, werewolf games? Like, who is the werewolf?
I think this episode was written by Cliffjumper.
Oh, okay. Maybe it was Among Us.
A mongoose? There's a mongoose here?
Gauma is sus.
Well, yes.
So, yes, today we are looking at the third episode of SSSS.Dynazenon, What is a Traitor?
It's a person who betrayed somebody.
And,
Question
previously...
answered.
Yes, previously on Dynazenon, we met what appeared to be our series villains, the Kaiju Eugenicists, fresh from a party at the yacht club.
Oh yes, those outfits.
They look very high class.
I kind of wish that they all had, like, Trax voices.
Oh, they should.
Or preppy voices? Maybe.
What's with this giant robot here, Muffy? Also, one of them should be named Muffy.
Yes.
What is the girl named?
I cannot remember what it is, but I definitely remember it is not Muffy.
Mujina,
No.
according to the list I have pulled up on Wikipedia already.
Well, I guess Muffy could be for short.
Yeah. That's just that's the Japanese equivalent of Muffy.
Yes. So they introduce themselves, and it's basically, hello, we're the Kaiju Eugenicists, and we'll be your villains for the remainder of the series. How's it going? Pretty
much.
And we mostly only get to know two of them.
So far.
Yes, I mean, so far. There is, Yuga, or is it Juga?
Juga.
Juga, who is like he's the guy with the glasses, he's very chill.
Yes.
Well, all except for one of them are chill.
Well, I mean, the other two, and then there is, Onija, who is basically a Yu-Gi-Oh villain.
Yeah, well, he's a
very
standard
angry,
shouty villain from any number of series. Like, there's at least 3 of him in the Bleach series.
I would say the other two are chill in a sort of bored sense.
Yeah, it's like, are we done yet, guys?
Do we have to be here?
Juga is more just chill, but also invested in what's going on.
And it's surprisingly, Onija is like a shouting Oni with bright pink, red, magenta hair.
He's got kind of like a floppy undercut, sort of. It's very anime hair.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which also makes him seem like a Yu-Gi-Oh villain.
Yes. It's probably slightly more actually ruled by the laws of physics than, like, Goku hair. But
yeah, I mean, this is hair that, like, somebody could theoretically have.
But it would take a lot of product to get it to behave in quite this way.
Yes. So yeah, they explain, and I kind of have an issue with this episode, and that is that everybody is constantly talking in circles.
I can see that.
Yeah.
I mean, it takes so long for anybody to get a single point across.
Maybe that's intentional. Maybe it's a thematic thing about people not communicating well. Or maybe it's not.
This is possible.
Kind of, but it's also, well, the problem is, for the most part, Gridman was very direct with its talking most of the time.
Yes.
Like, it was refreshing that this was a high school age kid show, and most of the thing wasn't about people not talking to each other about what they're feeling. Mm-hmm. No, most of the time they were talking to each other.
Look, if characters would just, like, come out and tell each other how they felt about things, you wouldn't have half the shows that are on in Japan.
Well, no, but you could still do that with withholding other bits of information, like the fact that she lived next door.
No, we will withhold our feelings.
No.
Specifically.
So yeah, we get the basic rundown. Our pal Gauma used to be one of these guys, but he betrayed them, and there's it becomes a whole big thing as to, why are these guys calling him a traitor? Well, I mean, he's a good guy currently. They are bad guys. Clearly he betrayed them by becoming a good guy. It's not that complicated, people.
Yeah, it does seem like
they're dense.
I know.
Yeah. I mean, especially after last episode where they spent all this time going through the destroyed sections of town. I mean, obviously these guys are bad guys, so if another character is in opposition to them, he's probably a good guy in some fashion. But yeah, there's a lot of soul searching going on that could, let's be reasonable about this, guys.
Yeah,
I kind of feel like Yomogi is maybe not always as reasonable about these things as you would like your protagonist to be.
Yeah, he's just kind of being a dope here.
Yeah.
I mean, these guys call themselves eugenicists. They dress like Scientology's Sea Org. They're probably the bad guys.
Yes. They're controlling these monsters that have been destroying neighborhoods. So, yeah, they're probably not great. They probably don't have a good reason to be doing that.
I mean, what more do you need? Do they need to eat a kitten right in front of you?
Maybe. Eat this kitten.
I'm so jealous of Americans. I think, is it Hulu that the Tick cartoon is up on now?
Is it?
It is.
Oh,
it's either Hulu or HBO Max, but it's something we don't get in Canada.
Oh.
I'll have to look into that. They're also showing it on that Toonami Aftermath thing that I watch on Saturdays and Sunday mornings. If you stick around long enough, you get to see Gal Gaigar.
So yeah, they basically just say, well, I'm sure we'll be meeting each other each and every episode, so, see you guys later.
Yeah, we'll run into you again, new villains.
Superhuman samurai. Superhuman samurai. They're gonna amp it up. Kick some gigabutt. They're gonna rip it up. Our hero always makes the cut.
Yeah, so later we cut to our heroes. What is her name? I can never remember everybody's name.
Yeah, I know. Well, yeah, because last series we had a short form of Transformers names, where in this series they're based off of Microman characters or something, and
that's why
we have to remember their Japanese names.
That's why I've already got Wikipedia pulled up. So
Cheese is all, hey, they're asking her, don't you also have to go to school? And she's like, school, whatever. Just gonna be like my cousin who also doesn't go to school.
She says basically a dropout.
Yes.
To which he says, no, he did go to school. He dropped out after school.
Yes.
Well, he said he went to middle school. I will note that in America you're not allowed to drop out of middle school.
Okay,
no.
I watched the dub again, so
I too watched the dub.
I think he went to school.
Well, I watched the sub.
Okay, so maybe it was
I watched the sub, and he specifically said that he went to middle school, but also in a way that implied that she is in middle school. So, yes, he's saying that he at least didn't drop out as early as she is dropping out. They don't actually use the term dropout in the dubs. Or in the subtitles. I'm just picking up on that because that's what this is. She's a dropout. Also, Yomogi. So Yomogi is practicing, and specifically, he's trying to stand up properly in his part of the robot, and having some trouble balancing, and that just made me think that he really, having the bipedal one versus the tank or the submarine or the jet really seems unfair. That is the short straw.
Yes.
Because that's gotta be a lot harder to control.
Yeah. Like, maybe you should have given him the boat.
Anyway, Chise's a dropout.
Yeah.
She aspires to someday be like her older unemployed cousin.
Yes.
She is a delinquent.
Yeah, so we cut back to school. Once more, Yume is angsting out about her deceased sister, who was a member of chorus, which I guess is like the choir. It's singing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's singing. I think choir in the US at least has more religious undertones.
Yeah.
Has more religious implications, whereas chorus is more like just what you'd be doing at public school.
Yes. So she decides to talk to the Kevin Smith-esque guy who used to be in charge of chorus.
He has very, very strong high school music teacher vibes. It's pretty good. He is very Kevin Smith-esque.
It is... This guy is probably at least a little high at all times.
Yeah, in the dub, he's very dry. And like just there.
The way that his dialogue is delivered in the Japanese audio, you can, even if you don't understand the words, you can tell that his tone is like, yeah,
yeah, that's about it. He's just there filling a position, sitting in a room by himself.
He's probably enthusiastic about it, and also marijuana.
But
yeah, just says, well, your sister seemed totally normal, and I didn't know her that well, but why don't you talk to this other girl who probably knew her better? And that's about as far as we get with that plot for this week.
Yes.
Yeah, it does feel like this is like a murder mystery chain of investigation that's slowly playing out as a C plot.
Yes.
Well, not actually murder investigation, but it's like that old detective style thing. Not quite Columbo, because we don't know who did it.
No. But we do find out that, she was, Yume was never invited to her sister's recitals, but she was invited to the one that she never made it to. And she'll never know why.
Aw.
It's rough.
Is there... I guess that my question is, do we think she's just pursuing this because she just wants to know more and she's an angsty teenager? She pursuing this because she thinks it might have been suicide, or she thinks it might have been murder, or isn't satisfied with the answer of it being an accident?
I don't think it's going to tie into the main plot.
I wouldn't think so, but who knows?
I'm not anime adept, so it is possible that it is going to be like a key plot element, but we will see.
It turns out her older sister was actually Akane. Dun dun dun!
Like in the first episode, I figured, her sister was killed by Akane a couple of years ago. But maybe that's not what happened, because that would be a weird way to tie it to the other series.
Well, especially since...
She didn't kill people in real life.
Well, and I guess
No, but her kaiju
did anybody ever end up actually dying in those, or did they just end up getting wiped from existence?
Oh yeah, that's the thing. Did anyone ever...
So she wouldn't remember her.
When they fixed the world, did people's memories of the people that are gone come back? Who knows? Then again, Psykill Girl, it was like... She was wiped from current existence like she died years ago.
Right.
I think. That was how it went.
Oh yeah, I think that does sound right.
So
So later he's hanging out with his friends, and they're all abuzz about the kaiju attacks, which, at least somebody's sort of interested in this, but I don't think that I'd be able to do anything if giant monsters were real. I'm just gonna need like a year to process that.
What? If they were real in the same town you're in, and you can walk by the buildings that were smashed, that would be an issue.
I like when they're looking at the posts on social media and there are all the hashtags, and there's like hashtag battle.
The hashtag thing is neat, but it's like that it's in the same city is like, that's upsetting.
Yeah, I don't know. I think we've learned over the last year and a half that people are pretty insistent about acting like nothing is actually wrong.
Yeah. But it does seem weird.
And it's at this point that the Kaiju Eugenicist Juga walks up and just says, "Hey, you want to talk for a bit?"
Yeah,
and everybody's pretty much okay with this.
Do you have a moment to talk?
While Yomogi is hanging out with his friends on the roof of the school, just Eugenicist just walks over. "Hey, how are you doing?" Still in his yachting club outfit.
Yeah. So hey, and I assume the next day everybody's also, "Hey, what's with your friend, the Rear Admiral there?"
Just comes up like, "Do you have a moment to talk about our Lord and Savior Godzilla?" He has a very, like, culty feel there, and do you have a moment to talk? Like,
and speaking of Scientology, it turns out that the Kaiju Eugenicists all lived 5,000 years ago, and then died and were reborn in this era.
Yes.
Somehow, were they reborn at their current age? Did they start out as babies and they had to re-sew their coats they had 5,000 years ago? What?
I mean, 5,000 years ago, nobody dressed like Admiral Akbar like these people.
Well,
no.
But we don't know. We haven't gotten to any flashbacks of the past. Maybe they were still dressed like this and they were like ancient alien nonsense or some shit.
I guess this is like...
Since this is apparently, I would guess, the same world from the last series, there was no world 5,000 years ago? What?
Question mark.
The fuck?
I feel like there needs to be a question mark there.
Yes.
I don't really know much about Japanese prehistory.
But yeah, that's going back pretty far.
Did Akane's mind just take over a pre-existing world that had been wiped out?
I mean, do we know that this is the same world? This could just be totally unconnected.
Look at the GIF I posted of screenshots that show the same background from this show and the previous show.
That could just mean that it's based on the same.
Okay, but is that a reference, or are they just cheap?
Well, no, because some of them are recolored. Like there's something's changed. The bits of the sign or the stacked up boxes in the background are different color. So they've altered them slightly.
It's just a different instance of the same world.
Possibly. I mean, it's not... I don't think it would be the real world that Akane went back to, or this would be live action. So presumably this is her dream inner space world that Alexis Carob helped her make. So it which became a real world at the end of the last series. So I'm guessing it's a continuation of that world, which would mean there was no 5,000 years ago, unless there was, because maybe Alexis Carob just took her mind to a dead planet.
Oh.
I hope that all this is answered at some point.
I would hope so, but I just thought about that just now, like not while I was watching the episode. It's like, wait a minute, how was there 5,000 years ago?
Like, wait a minute.
So we cut now to Koyomi, who runs into Yomogi's boss on the street, and I guess they went to school together.
Yes.
And he knew her from when she was a teenage vandal.
Yes.
I like her a lot.
And then, the awkwardness of the conversation that follows. This is me running into anybody I know.
I like that she asks him if he has a job, and he's like, kind of, I help people in need. You don't have a job, buddy. You got recruited to pilot a robot. That's not the same as having a job.
As far as she cares, just tell her you have a job.
Well, yeah, it's like running into someone from high school you haven't talked to in forever, and you don't want to explain.
I mean, that's literally what this is.
Every detail about where your life is currently. So you just kind of.
Oh, you're married now? That's great. I'm on a podcast.
Yeah.
Got kids now? Great. Again, podcast.
Yes.
Yeah, but. And it turns out, like, she was married, apparently. It's not made clear in the dub that she's divorced or something, but it does sound like she's not, it sounds like, I was married, but not now. But she doesn't come out and say that.
Yeah, she says
she got married, and then when he says something, he's about, like, congratulations.
He says congratulations, and she's like, it's too late for congratulations.
No.
And it's also too late for apologies.
I think in the sub, it's something like it's a little late for that. But yes. So yeah, definitely one way or another, it sounds like she is not currently married. I feel like she could probably, I'm gonna go out on a limb here. We don't know her that well, except in knowing that she threw a rock at a window when she was in middle school. But I feel like she could probably do better.
Well, yes. I mean, he's a slapper who wears flip-flops everywhere and has like a bowl cut from the 70s, so. And he was 33. Okay, so she's presumably the same age. I remember looking that up last time and it's like, wow, he's older than I thought. And it's still, wow, he's older than I thought.
Yes. So, yay, a little backstory on this random side character. I'm a fan. And
then there's a kind of a clever bit when, she asks, Yomogi why he didn't show up at work the other day, and he's like, well, I was helping people out. And she's wondering if that was like a trend.
Yes, because two people said it to her in the same day. Two people who know each other. Oh, and at the end of the conversation, when she leaves and he gets her phone number, Jisei just appears.
Well, yes. I mean, she clearly has nothing else to do except follow him around, considering that she's truant.
Oh, yeah, and she was questioning him. Oh, is it your old girlfriend? No, we never dated. Oh, but you like her, and you still like her. No. Oh, so it is like that.
And so he relates to the group what he found out about the 5,000 years. And again, people are just repeating it to him, like, 5,000 years.
After 5,000 years, I'm free!
Oh yeah, they're outside of the 721, again, which is back from Gridman, because
my favorite.
Ultraman 721 was a character in, was it Neo or something? It was a direct-to-DVD only Ultraman series that I have not seen. But Ultra 721 was a character in there, and this is a play on 7-Eleven because there was 721, and it's cute. I like it.
Yes, it is. I like that about, I like Starbose, which I'm a big fan of.
Oh yeah, Starbose is way better, because Starbose is such
I want that on t-shirt.
Good logo. Yeah, I know. Well, we could probably get it on a bootleg t-shirt real easy.
Even though it kind of just looks like a Zaku.
Well, yeah. Because presumably that's what the design was in another direct-to-video tokusatsu thing that is really obscure.
Yes.
Because I think it's only 3 episodes, and that robot design I think only shows up in 1 episode.
So yeah, they're hanging around outside a convenience store at night, giving off super delinquent vibes.
Really? I mean,
speaking of Kevin Smith,
this seems like it seems like a very normal Jersey thing. And admittedly, when I was in Japan, it's the same shit I did. Oh, there's nothing to do right now. It's late at night. Let's go to the 7-Eleven or equivalent.
I mean, yeah, that's what I did as well, if no one had money to go to Denny's. But still, I mean, I didn't hang around with the best people. So, but they have a little, they do call that out, talking about, did we have to meet so late? Someone's going to call, Child Protective Services or Child Protection or whatever it was, the specific term. And one of them's like, we have an adult with us, and it takes the adult a minute to realize that they're talking about him.
It's like, oh, me? Oh, and the two of them, Yomogi and what the crap's your name? Bad with names. They say something back to Yume. They say something back to him at the same time, and I couldn't catch it despite rewinding.
It's unemployed if it's the same thing as in the sub.
They were both saying it under their breath, and I didn't want to turn the subs on.
That's because what they were saying was unemployed.
Okay.
I sympathize with him so much. Poor Koyomi. He just wants to not have a job and be left alone.
Yeah. And so they decide they are going to go see Gauma underneath the bridge he lives, like a common troll.
Yes. He's got a couple, tarps there's just this part of the bridge that's, like, kind of opened up, so he's got a tarp over it, and I guess he's got some kind of lights in there. And he was we had a brief cut to him a little earlier where he's saying that he's hungry. So someone needs to come give him a special dog. But he could not get a special dog.
No, instead, he's just gonna have to settle for, the next best thing, live crabs.
Live crabs that are living in the river that's under the overpass that he lives in, just walking around and eating the crab shell and all. I don't know about you.
Oh no, crabs.
Yes, crabs. I can't eat crab shell. I love crab so much, but the shell, how do people eat that? It's hard. And then rubbery at the same time.
I mean, I think I could probably eat that if the crabs weren't alive at the time I was eating them.
And crawling, yes.
Like, you cook the crab first. He missed that part.
Or at least hit it with a rock or something.
Do you think obviously this couldn't possibly be the case because look at them, but do you think the other Kaiju Eugenicists are this bad at being people?
No, these guys,
they don't seem like
Onija,
it.
yes.
Well, okay, maybe Onija, but the rest of them seem a lot more, together and capable of basic survival skills.
Listen, right now those guys are having, like, screwdrivers and shrimp cocktail. No doubt about it.
Yes. Those shrimp have been cooked.
That's right.
Weird little underpass house.
And everybody else is about as unsettled with this as we are.
Oh, but it turns out, but Gauma has to leave after a little conversation and confirming, yeah, I did know those guys 5,000 years ago. I gotta go to my job.
Yeah, so I was alive 5,000 years ago, and he just can't understand why anybody would ever think this is a big deal. Like, I don't know, man.
Weren't you, like, alive sometime before?
No, I was actually born after the birth of Christ. Maybe explain this.
Sorry, he can't explain this. He has to go to work.
Yes. And he says, gotta eat. Although, again, he's eating crabs that he presumably got for free. By scooping them out of the river.
Yeah, well,
I mean, presumably he hasn't gotten paid yet. It takes you a week or two to actually get a paycheck.
Which does beg the question, is like, how long has he been around? Did he just literally pop into existence like a week ago?
It does kind of seem that way. Like, you have... I mean, even in, like, other... like, think about Sailor Moon, where they're all, like, resurrected from some ancient previous thing. Or possibly the future. It's kind of... It's kind of hazy. But, they're like, had normal childhoods, and, I mean, not Sailor Saturn. She did not have a normal childhood.
Well,
the rest of them had, like, normal human childhoods. But, are capable of basic life skills. But no, he seems to have just been, like, fully formed, just come into existence not knowing how to fend for himself.
Part of me hopes they never explain that, and another part of me hopes they do. Like, did they just pop into existence? Did their minds transfer from 5,000 years ago into new bodies, or what the hell?
Yeah. Maybe it is a slow, like, it's not a suddenly they're just here as adults, but it was just so much for him when he realized that he just went totally crazy.
Well, might explain it.
He did not handle it well.
And yet he has a job.
He's got
as like a traffic signal guy.
Which is kind of the short form for very cheap, easy to get job in Japan. Like, foreigners seem to get it a lot of things, or just idiots.
I thought it looked like road construction.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess it could be like...
Well, yeah, but he's not in construction, he's just guiding traffic around the construction.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, he's just holding the sign saying slow.
Well, presumably he doesn't have any references or...
No.
An address.
An ID.
What he does have are probably pockets full of live crabs.
I mean, he does now. Now that he's stuffed his pockets full of live crabs. He's just talking to them with, like, a claw hanging out of his mouth. It's pretty great and also distressing. I love him. He's the best character. Best anime character 2021.
Yeah, maybe.
So we cut now to our Kaiju Eugenicists who are in Chiba. I don't really know where Chiba is.
It's a different prefecture, but I forget where it is myself. I think it's
apparently
north.
It is in the greater Tokyo area, but also R.I.P. Sunny Chiba.
Oh, yeah.
But it is real.
Yes,
it's a real place.
Yes, it is a real place. It
Yeah.
has a page on Wikipedia.
Yes.
That's how you know it's real.
That is how I know it's real. And they... specifically, it is the crazy Yu-Gi-Oh! Villain guy who decides to control this week's monster, which is... It's kind of like if a Tyrannosaurus Rex was really stubby and it didn't have any arms, and also there was a big death ray on its back.
Yes.
And it was rainbow colored.
Yes.
It's so pretty.
Yeah. But again, it's a monster designed to look like a guy in a suit. So it's got big legs, and it's got a big mouth that a guy inside could operate with his arms.
Because it has no arms, so he's got to be doing something with those arms.
And but it's not specifically a reference to anything else?
I don't think... They're fuzzier this season. There may be references that are specific, but it might be Microman shit, so who knows? Plus, all the monsters so far are like rainbow colored, like except for the first one that was sort of like Snapdragon colored. I don't know about the rest of these. They could be anything. They're colored like the year 1987. Yeah, they're very... They could be G2 Transformers, but they're also very, like, just hyper colors.
Yes. They're vaporwaved color.
And colored. It is, again, and once we get to the battle, we'll get that very striking, contrast between, and all the characters are those kinds of colors. I talked in the earlier episodes about the palette for this show and how it's just this amazing, vibrant colors, but you still have Dynazenon itself is that extremely like what I think of as brave colors as the white, which we talked about way back when we did Zone for Patreon.
Yes.
How sudden, at that point with Transformers, because Takara was sort of moving in that direction. You have Star Saber being just very red and white with some blue, and Dynazenon is that same kind of very that palette versus this more vibrant vapor wavy palette. And it definitely is very distinct and feels very deliberate.
Okay, word of warning. On the Gridman, or the Ultraman wiki, do not look on Gauma's page.
Okay.
Because...
I may have made that mistake, but I'm not saying anything. I'm pretending I have forgotten that I made that mistake.
There is a thing that he will be referenced to, apparently, that is confusing to me. But maybe it'll actually come up in the show and it didn't just show up in ancillary material, because it is weird.
I mean, it explains his shirt.
It does, but it's weird.
It is weird.
Is it a binder?
No.
Oh,
we're not going to tell you, because...
Okay, then.
Hopefully we'll get there eventually, or I'll reveal it in the last episode if I remember. But I don't think I'm going to forget this.
I mean, that's a twist that I would be interested in. But
how are we doing that one?
This is a different one.
So he is Bernadon.
Yes, Bernadon. Bernadon. It's a good, stupid name.
It's very kind of like Firecon proportioned.
Yeah! Oh, yeah, and actually he kind of looks like the Generation 2 Firecons, not even the European ones, now that you mention it.
Yeah.
Oh.
I do, as a brief side note, a little diversion here, I picked up the book the Toys That Time Forgot Volume 2, because it had a chunk on Inhumanoids. And one of the things about gag oil in Inhumanoids that's so weird is that it doesn't have any arms. Mm-hmm. So there's this point where it's like trying to, it's eating stuff by holding it with its feet. Apparently the arms got costed out in the prototype stage, which managed to make it just like 100 times weirder. And this has that same kind of like, it should really have arms energy.
Oh, wow.
I'm assuming that the arms were not costed out in the prototype stage for a toy that was then never actually produced.
Yeah. Apparently there are more Gridman monsters from a tie-in novel to the first series.
Ooh. That's cool.
Which will probably
How many of them
hit.
are vaginas?
None of them. 2 of them are starfish who merge together. And there's a bat thing, and then I think they merge with a 4th monster, I think.
Ooh, I like bat things. So still just the one that's a vagina.
Sure.
Remember that one towards the
jumpy
end?
One, yes.
Yes.
Oh, it was strongly vaginal.
Yeah, I did kind of forget that one.
How could you forget that? I will never forget.
Well, because if I forget about, like, it's vaguely Metatron Sajin shaped, a Metatron alien, which sort of has a bean shaped head. It's just it doesn't have the slash in the front with the gaping maw thing. Yeah,
it's my favorite. I want a vinyl toy of that.
I think they did make a vinyl toy of that one.
And then I want to try to date. You can get away with that when you're a lesbian.
So they're at school and they find out that, the Chiba is being attacked, and Yomogi's all, it's the middle of the school day, we can't go, but Yume is all, correction, school is actually fake, we can go whenever we want.
Yeah, she's basically breaks down like, after this we have like gym and homeroom and not important classes, we can absolutely skip those. And he's like, fine. She talks him into it.
And so they are off, but they can barely touch this thing due to the extreme burnination going on from this thing. So they
head beam starts popping off these little, like,
it
bursts.
Causes fireworks, like little sparkles fade out from it, and then just giant explosions happen.
It's not quite as fiery as I expected from a guy named Bernadon.
Yeah, no. Well,
I can see that. You would think it would have more like actually breathing fire. Mm-hmm. Also, looking up Gridman vinyl has gotten me an eBay listing for the original Hyper Agent Gridman soundtrack on vinyl. So that's the thing that you can have. It's very pretty. It's picture disc.
Can't remember. Oh, speaking of which, I have my Gridman DVD set, or is it Blu-ray? Yeah, I guess it's Blu-ray set for the old Tokusatsu Man in Suit series, which I haven't actually started watching yet. Maybe by next time we re-record.
Maybe.
All right. So they're having trouble fighting it. They need to combine, but they can't combine until they align their feelings.
Yes, they need to align their hearts. And
they cannot do so because Gauma is just keeping them in the dark about what's going on, and he's very insistent that, this isn't important, and also we're fighting a monster right now, we can't do this right now. But they're all, no, episode's almost over, we gotta give him something.
we need to get it all. Also, when they show up, this particular kaiju is in like some kind of facility, like a power line.
Yeah, well, it's near power lines. I think these are rice fields, maybe?
I think those are rice paddies.
The important thing is it's near power lines and they play some Godzilla music.
Yeah, well, it's a little bit of Godzilla and then it kicks into metal. Oh, the music in this is fun.
Yeah. But it just seemed like a very, like, intentional reference to, original Godzilla.
Mm-hmm. And so finally, he's all, okay, listen, I defected because of a woman. Are you happy now?
It's really good because
it's like pulling teeth with this guy.
Doing this whole dramatic thing, like, and again, I went with the subs. But he's doing this whole dramatic thing about how I'm doing this so I can find the person who entrusted me with Dynazenon, and it's all very dramatic. And one of them is like, maybe Yumi is like, is this other person a guy? And he's like, a woman. They're like,
a woman.
It's just that sort of like, of course. So it was very, very dramatic.
So yeah,
and everyone else was not especially like surprised or impressed.
They combine, and there's this angelic chanting.
But they understand.
No, it's not so much a chanting; it's a chorus singing Dynazenon. I don't know if that's an intentional thing, but that was the connection that made it happen in my mind. It's like, oh, chorus singing.
It was good. I really liked it. The choral. It's very dramatic.
Yes.
I like it when stuff like this goes hard, and that went very hard.
Yes. So they're all, we can't stop this guy because of all the burninating. But where does fire not burn? Space! Also the one place that capitalism hasn't corrupted.
Yes, I also thought of that. Is that they decide to defeat it, they must take it to the one place capitalism hasn't corrupted.
Space! So they just fly this thing into orbit, blow it up, but oh no, the head is still alive. It's like a little Pac-Man guy.
Yeah, that's really disturbing.
And so they chop it with their own mouth, and it's kind of messed up.
Yeah, they take the time to transform to the dragon mode of Dynazenon in space just to bite the head of this thing that's flying at them.
And then the rest of the yacht club pieces out, and this other guy just gets incinerated by the falling debris from his robot.
Yes, Onija, part of meteoritic debris of this monster comes crashing down. Everybody else just walks away from the electrical tower they're standing on, but it crashes on Onija.
Yeah, well, good luck with that, buddy.
I was reminded of the that one Rescue Bots episode where they're on the like space station. Just the very targeted debris.
Yes.
Like that seems implausible.
Well,
it's more plausible in this that includes a giant mechanical dragon exploding a kaiju in low Earth orbit.
Yes. Once you're already there, then you can continue on in your suspension of disbelief. There only seems to be a final toy that I can find of that thing when it had the like big other dumb monster covering it before it tore out of that and was a vagina.
Right, it was kind of like a vagina pretender.
Yeah, I think maybe it may have been like hobby-made, more expensive one, I think.
Actually, no, I think I found it. I think I found it on Hobby Link Japan.
Yeah, I don't remember if it was official, but I'm pretty sure it existed.
Anyway, sorry.
And that's pretty much the episode. We're hanging around in zero G for a little while. There's some pretty cool weightlessness animation.
Yeah.
And then we cut to our dude who's just our villain who's just waking up in this field. He's like, oh, I can't believe I'm alive. And that's pretty much it.
That's it. End of episode. Gauma's doing his laundry.
So I guess these guys are immortal, like they've already died 5,000 years ago, so they can no longer die?
Or maybe it didn't land on him?
We saw that animation. He looked like he was about to be incinerated. Although his sailor suit's all messed up.
They may just be impervious to certain things. I don't know.
Or maybe they died. Maybe they're like Highlanders.
Maybe.
I don't know.
So you can only kill them in a very specific way, and his head was not severed or whatever. I mean, they kind of dress like they're in Highlander.
Yeah, kind
of. It feels like any one of them could just pull out a sword at any moment.
Oh yeah, they should really have like weapons or something. But then Maybe they just... Well, considering a guy walked up to school and just talked to him, I guess they don't have weapons. Or they would have used them by now.
Well, I don't know. You'd think his epaulettes would have set off the metal detectors.
Yeah, well...
And yeah, that is Dynazenon, episode 3, What is a Traitor? And I guess we all know what a traitor is now.
Now you know. And knowing is half the battle.
And we also know that you can eat living crabs if you are a weird bridge hobo.
You can eat living crabs if you try hard enough.
It also reminds me of a pretty good SNL bit from several years ago with Zoe Deschanel.
Yeah, which you linked in the chat, and I
Yes,
watched,
I did.
and like the first half of it is, it just keeps going, slowly going and going.
So it's an SNL skit,
going.
is what you're saying.
Well, yes.
Yes. There's a good punchline at the end, but it's a long trip to get there.
I mean, I think I'm mostly recommending it for the way Zoe Deschanel uses a southern accent to pronounce crab with, I'm going to say, about 3 syllables.
Yeah. Crab.
And so that is the episode. I liked it better as it went along, but there's a lot of, please just tell people what's going on. You're killing me.
Yeah.
And for no reason.
It's kind of a treading water episode, which is really unfortunate because, like, usually episode 3 in a lot of anime is, oh, this is the turning point. Oh, this is where a character gets her head bitten off or something.
Oh.
You know, that part. It's a very important part.
It's usually where the first act twist is, but this is just, continuation, so, it was okay.
Alright, so I believe that about does it for this time. We'll be back, we'll be back next week with more Rescue Bots, and we'll be back in a month with a more Superhuman Samurai Syber pod. But until then, you can find us all over the internet. We are on Twitter, we're on Facebook, and we have a Patreon.
Yes, we are hosted on iaconunderground.net, where we have a Patreon set up to help with hosting and other expenses. It's Iacon Underground, Patreon, words, getting distracted by kittens. Patreon.com/IaconUnderground. For September, we're gonna figure it out. It's both mine and Rob's birthdays, so we might have to fight out who gets the birthday choice. And also whether we want to do more Inhumanoids or wait and actually do an entire Inhumanoids podcast after this. So, all possible options. I think I may have run out of terrible things to make people watch. Oh man.
And why don't you let us know, viewers or listeners?
I should insist that we watch some Evangelion.
I've never seen it.
Oh, you should. It's amazing.
I've never seen a second of it.
Shit.
I mean,
that makes me wanna.
I've seen the intro.
It's genuinely like an actual work of great creative merit. Like, as someone who has dealt a lot with mental health issues, it really means a lot to me as a work.
But at the same time, like, at least the original TV series is kind of a slog that gets really the animation budget stretched thin points.
I think stuff
really
like that is
thin.
fun.
I mean, at some points they do use it to their advantage of the medium, and as expressed through the depression of the director.
Yeah, it's definitely like it's something. I mean, we're not going to do the entire original series. I was thinking if we did anything, I guess if we wanted to do one of those hilarious, like, jumping in with no one knowing what's going on things, we could go straight to the last movie, which I haven't watched as of now because I'm watching the other 3 again first because, like, the third one I only really watched once.
It's on Netflix, right?
It's on Amazon Prime.
Oh.
Yes. Well, I think there's a new dub of the original series that's on Netflix.
That's
and
what
then
it was.
The movies are on Amazon Prime.
Yes.
We don't want to watch the new dub because the new dub is bad.
Amazon Prime got the original dub cast back to apparently redo it.
Also, well, yeah, for the movies, but also the original series is being released with the Netflix dub and the original dub in a really expensive box set.
I am buying that.
Good for you.
Maybe not the fancy. Like, there's got to be like a more basic.
There will be a more basic one, but we don't know if the original ADV dub is going to be on that version.
Oh, that wouldn't be fair. Anyway,
No, it would not.
if we, like I said, it would be hilarious to jump in on the
Yes, it
last
would.
movie because, like,
Because
it's very deep by then.
I only saw the first of the new movies, which is basically just like the first 4 episodes of the old series, better animated, and it bored the shit out of me, so I didn't watch any more.
I mean, it definitely goes off the rails a bit partway through the second one. And then by the third one, it's just completely on a different set of tracks entirely, just barreling somewhere into space. So yeah, by the fourth one, it bears only kind of a passing resemblance. But like I said, I'm getting to that. I got to watch the third one when I was pet sitting for my parents on their enormous plasma TV because my dad's ridiculous. No one has plasma TVs.
I forget if they were good.
Very nice colors. They're like OLED levels of good color stuff. But very expensive to produce, and they have been supplanted by OLEDs for the most part. But
So
anyway.
please let us know, listeners, what do you want to see inflicted upon us?
For my birthday and Rob's birthday.
Yes, although I will say that Rob may have terrible, terrible plans for Halloween.
Yes.
Oh, okay. I mean, so many possible horror movies.
Oh, it's no horror movie, but there is great horror.
I don't think I've gone off on a random tangent about anything lately that we haven't already covered, because my most recent one was just caring a lot about Gao Gai Gar again, and we did some Gao Gai Gar already.
Oh yeah, we could always go back to a random episode of that at some point, but...
Ooh. We could do one of Mike Sounders.
So until next time, I'm Rob.
I'm Jen.
And I'm David. What is the thumping of this beating heart?
It's a kitten. It's a kitten trying to get out.